All right. Look at that. Look how quickly you guys assembled now. This is like old hat already. All right. So we're all back. It looks like. Is that we're missing anybody? Who are we missing?
Missing our wrench.
A wrench. Yes, a wrench. Very good. Good job. I'm glad you saw that.
There he is.
All right, there we go. Okay, so here we are. And Joey, do you have your PowerPoints on this computer?
I do.
Okay, so I want you to go to share screen at the bottom of your screen, pull up your PowerPoint, then share screen and take it away.
Okay.
Y'all use, oh, wow, look at that. He's quick. I'll suspend my question. Okay.
So can everybody see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we didn't do the simulation checkpoint 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to go over what I had in that one. It's mostly the same from 2 weeks ago because we're still in the editing phase of the instructor's manual, but we do have the brochure finished. So I could skip over to that as well here in a second. Okay. So in the last few weeks, we've had 2 group meetings. We've received the rough drafts of the instruction manual and brochure. The brochure was edited and completed. The instruction manual should have been edited the last couple of weeks. There are a lot of inconsistencies with the formatting. Some of the activities did not have step-by-step breakdowns to them, and one did not have a reference. That was added in. So they all have references now. The final instructor's manual copy is due Wednesday night as per our project schedule. So I'm hoping that it could be completed by the editing department here in a couple of days. So I want to talk about the brochure real quick. It includes 2 itineraries because the usage of our rental van only can contain 15 people. So it'll have to shuttle back and forth between the camp and Charleston as needed if there are more than 15 people. Now, we cannot rent a second van because it's too expensive. And then if you rent another van, you have to pay the $315 just to rent it, plus paying the gas as well. And if they were to park it, they'd also have to pay for parking down in Charleston as well. So it'll be cheaper just to use one van. So we ran into some marketing video issues a couple weeks ago, but that's all straightened out because we sent the director of Camp St. Christopher an email and obtained his permission to use all content related to the camp. Now the marketing video is due Monday, April 6th. That is, I believe, in 3 weeks. Should be at least 4 minutes long and not too terribly long at the high end, probably less than 9 minutes. Because I don't, a 10-minute long marketing video is extremely long. Now, let's see. If I just clicked on the manual or the brochure. Can you guys see the brochure?
No.
Is it still in the PowerPoint?
Yeah, so you have to end this and then go to the other. So,
okay.
And then just go to the other.
Okay, fantastic. Can you guys see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's quicker than me.
All right. So, this is a pretty basic brochure. It's not, a mix of colors. It's not like it's not just it's not a mess. It's very easy to read. So Debbie's team put this together and has their address and their email and their phone number on it. And the brochure on the left side says what it focuses on, which is the 7 criteria that was listed in the syllabus. So they know what they're getting when they're going to this event. And on the second part is the first itinerary. It shows the group member introductions, what time the Helping Without Hurting videos and discussions will be, and there is time to drive to Charleston, have free time for about an hour and 35 minutes, and then drive back to camp to have dinner, and then more discussions and activities and games later that night.
Is there
And
something?
on Sunday,
Is there something targeted in Charleston you can do for that hour 35? Because that feels weird unless you're doing something that would just take that amount. You understand what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
people who have not been there before might want to see like Rainbow Row in the Battery or something like that, and that might work, or something specific. But
yeah,
that's
we
not
can.
a lot of time because of the travel time.
Right, and that's the problem with them wanting a secluded area. Now, if they went with the hotel idea, they would have had much more time to go there, or they
Sure.
could have stayed in Charleston and had way more
Well,
time.
so in the same way that we're doing a video conference right now, instead of being in a class, you get what you got. So
Right.
what can you make out of it? What can you do for that 1 hour 35 that would actually make sense rather than, oh man, I wish I could have seen more of Charleston?
So what we discussed was we weren't going to have them go to like a certain restaurant or anything because that would definitely blow up our budget. They could probably walk down the market, get experience with Market Street and all that, the downtown markets. They can bring their own spending money to get whatever they want. It's just that trying to put a price tag on doing something specific. Now they can go down to the Battery and they can go down Rainbow Row if they like, but
Yeah.
in the I think
Just
we I
think
think
about it. You don't have to make a
yeah,
decision now. Just think
yeah,
what would make that work.
right.
And that's only for 15. We can't accommodate everybody, right?
Yeah, the second itinerary on the bottom has them drive like multiple people shuttling back and forth with two separate groups of people having their own time in Charleston. So group one has an hour and a half, group two has a separate hour and a half, and they get back later. But that's due to, I mean, an all-day thing of doing videos, helping without hurting videos, and then activities, trying to mix that in there too. So it's a very tight schedule.
It is.
I mean, if they had more time on Sunday, that would probably we could have moved some videos to Sunday, and they could have had more time to go to Charleston. But I think when we do this final presentation, they can go to the market area, or they go down to the Battery and just explore for a
Just
little
think
while.
about
Then
it.
meet up.
It's just a suggestion. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just thinking
Right.
out. Okay, it looks like you guys have your act pretty well together. I mean, you put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, we did, and we also have the retreat activities listed here in the middle fold of it. So this gives a description of all the things that we're doing. And there are also some backup activities as well, just in case they don't like one or two. So that's on the right side.
Okay.
So we did plan for a differing amount of people. So otherwise, that's all to the brochure. Let me go back to the PowerPoint. Wanting me to do that. Don't know why. So it's not letting me click on the
Yeah, you got to get out of it again.
Zoom. Oh, right.
Yep. There you go.
There we go.
And then
Okay. Yeah, it showing it over Microsoft Word is much better than putting it in a PowerPoint where it looks blurry and terrible.
Right.
So yeah, people could barely even read that. So I want to do a quick project summary. As you know, we've decided on the location, Camp St. Christopher. The costs are under $250 a person with the usage of a rental van for transportation. All the meals are cooked at the camps, so there's no grocery list involved. That's definitely much more simplified than trying to go out and make something up. The cost of supplies for the activities has been added to the spreadsheet with different cost tiers for different amounts of people between 5 and 30 people.
about time and attention of cooking the meals. How many people is it going to take? How long will the meals take? Those kind of things. Have you thought through that?
So the meals are actually prepared by the camp. So nobody's involved with cooking and all that, which is why, yeah, it's much more simple. It's fantastic. They pay a flat rate for breakfast and lunch and dinner, and it's served to them. So it's great. that's very convenient. Seminar questions and then team building activities have been decided. The instructor's manual includes the activities, of course. The brochure is completed, which I just showed everybody. The only thing we really have to do is the marketing video, which is due in 3 weeks.
Okay.
So most of this project is done except for the final PowerPoint presentation, but that could easily be put together within an hour or two. And I also do have a 20-page APA style paper for this project, which just includes all of our research in APA format and has all of our references as well. So that would be easier for you to look at. Has all of our information, including costs and everything. So looking ahead, there's obviously no in-person group meeting this week because of everything going on in the world. So we can just discuss the marketing video over GroupMe, which is really how we started off this project to begin with.
Yeah, and I would anticipate that by the end of the semester, Amy may be joining us here rather than in class.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but quarantines from the Latin, that means 40 days. So it's it may be a while. If I had to guess, I can't, I have no reason to say this other than this is just my gut feeling. I think we'll be probably like this till the end of the semester.
Okay.
That also means that I'm going to truncate classes. So, I'm not going to do the full shebang here. I'm going to just kind of hit some of the high notes and we'll talk about things like we did. But yeah, you're going to have to watch The Prophet on your own, I'm afraid.
Okay. And that works. So everything you see here is everything that we've done to this point. So this project's mostly done anyway. So
yeah, I mean, you guys have crushed this thing. I have never seen a group that was this far ahead at this point in the semester. Never.
Well, that would probably be because we didn't meet for the first few weeks and we instantly went into panic mode about it.
Yeah, well, your panic mode paid off. So, I mean, honestly, I've seen groups that have gotten to this point in the semester and barely started, and then they had their panic. So they did it in the same amount of time, but they took until a spring break to get going. I'm like, guys, I'm now nervous for you. So you probably, if I'm nervous for you and I'm not getting the grade, take that as a hint. So you guys are killing it.
right, and I'm appreciative of everybody's work ethic too. Everyone's done everything on time, and it's been much easier that way too.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all I have. So just everyone editing, Aisha, just make sure you send me a manual, the finished edited manual by Wednesday night, please.
All right.
Well, is Aisha going to be doing the final editing and putting it together, or is that going to be on us?
What do you mean final editing?
Well, editing is they're doing the checks for APA formatting, and the steps and making sure everything is consistent. But is that all going to be put like a sheet doing the final manual?
Well, so that's something I sent out an email to both your departments a few weeks ago to collaborate on and make sure everything was formatted the right way with step-by-step instructions for each one. So have you guys, this is something I do not know about, have you guys been discussing that?
No, I was waiting for the final edits from the editing department.
Okay. So Aisha, what's new with your team on this?
So we've cleared up a lot of we've fixed a lot of clarity issues that we saw throughout. What I'm going to do is right now there's a table of contents and it has the specific activities. When you actually get into the actual pages, there is, hang on, let me look at it. What we have are the 7 key topics listed as the title instead of the actual activity. So that's kind of not lining up. So I'm going to go ahead and fix those and make sure that all of them have citations, because some of them don't, some of them do. And then we're going to, some sections have a goals section, and that's where we're going to put in the key topic that things are going to cover. Now, as far as making a fancy title page, I can get that over to you. The title page is just like a basic title page at this
Well,
point.
yeah, I was going to do all of that
Okay.
at the end. Once we got all of your editing, once you made all of the activities consistent,
Mhm.
as far as if it has the goals first, step by step, all of the
Right.
resources and all that stuff. Once all of that stuff was consistent in all of them, because I might have text on my computer that you don't have on yours.
Hmm.
And so to make it consistent, once you're done with all of your editing and all of your changes, if you send that over to me, I'll put the whole thing together.
Okay.
And so at that point, I can change the title page and make it something a little more. I just did a generic for now, but then put everything together and make sure that we have all of the pages consistent, same text, same everything. And
Mhm. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, the other two editing members were asking if we were going to fix the title page, and so I told them that was like your guys' stuff, that we're just making sure that everything is consistent. So yeah, I'll get that over probably first thing in the morning.
Okay, great. Thank you. If you guys need more time to work on it, just let me know. But try to make some progress on all of that the next 2 days, please.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, look, what'd you learn? We got 4 minutes or less before they kick us off for our last 40 minutes. So quickly, what we learn?
As a team, we should have different responsibilities as
Okay.
our skills instead of doing same things all the time.
Excellent. What else?
Communication.
the-
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Communication is very important to achieving the team's goals. So like we saw the hyenas, they have a high success rate with hunting because they're able to communicate with each other well.
If we operated like they did, we'd be 10 times more efficient. Next.
good.
Pooled task interdependence isn't a good way to divide up labor.
It generally is terrible, particularly with your papers. What else? Next.
A good leader has expert power and referent power. For example, referent power, you're admired and respected instead of being a bad manager and using your position to control others.
Yep. Next.
You need to use your team and play to their strengths. Everybody has their own strengths, but when you use them all together and everybody's allowed to contribute them, you have a more effective team.
Okay. Back to the video. We have to even care enough to think about asking for their strengths, right? I mean, it's not just that we're not doing it. We have to actually even have to think like, hey, wouldn't it be interesting if we could find out from them what they are able to do? We short circuit the process ourselves, and then we wonder why we're working harder. Next.
Two different kinds of power, authority and power. You can't have power without authority.
Yep. Authority, a power without authority is often illegitimate. Next.
Positive reinforcement and taking care of your team members can lead to success.
That was the last chapter, but I'll take it because I have less than a minute. Next.
Enjoyment's the final stage of the team building. I didn't know it existed until tonight.
Okay. I'm good with that. I have less than a minute. Next.
Organizational politics. Different people have different kind of strategies and motivations, and you can kind of learn more about somebody by what they value or how they value getting there.
Awesome. Derek?
Expertise and networking strategy. Most people in the class, I assume as a whole, the cross-section would probably be using those strategies more than anything.
Okay. Bye-bye. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Good night.
Good night.